But I want you to watch this short exchange between McCain and DeGeneres, and then I want to come back and comment on a few of the things that Ellen says to totally dispute and refute the typical arguments you get on this whole gay marriage issue from one of the leading proponents. Watch this and we'll be right back.
We're back with Senator John McCain, and so let's talk about it. Let's talk about the big elephant in the room. By the way, I was planning on having a ceremony anyway this summer, even though it wasn't legal, but I feel that at least I get to celebrate my love. And then it just so happened that I legally now can get married, like everyone should.
And I saw where someone even registered you.
Someone, yeah, illegally registered me, but yeah, so I'm obviously excited, and to me this is only fair and only natural. And what are your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts are that I think that people should be able to enter into legal agreements, and I think that that is something that we should encourage, particularly in the case of insurance and other areas, decisions that have to be made. I just believe in the unique status of marriage between man and woman, and I know that we have a respectful disagreement on that issue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think that it is looked at, and some people are saying the same, that blacks and women did not have the right to vote. I mean, women just got the right to vote in 1920. Blacks didn't have the right to vote till 1870, and it just feels like there's this old way of thinking that we are not all the same. We are all the same people, all of us. No, you're no different than I am. Our love is the same. So, to me, what it feels like, just you know, I will speak for myself. It feels when someone says you can have a contract and you'll still have insurance and you'll get all that. It sounds to me like saying, well, you can sit there, you just can't sit there. That's what it sounds like to me. It feels like it doesn't feel inclusive. It feels isolated. It feels like we are not, you know, we aren't owed the same things and the same wording. So. Well,
I've heard you articulate that position in a very eloquent fashion. We just have a disagreement, and I, along with many, many others, wish you every happiness.
Thank you. So you'll walk me down the aisle? Is that what you're saying? Well, my hope is someday it won't be called a contract. It'll be called marriage. But anyway, so... all right, we have to take a break. We'll come back. The audience is going to...
Got to be honest with you, I sure hope if Senator McCain is elected president, he's a little bit tougher on our enemies than he was with Ellen DeGeneres. I took a couple notes while that was playing, and you know, Ellen spewed the typical homosexual rights position on this whole issue, and I was really disappointed in McCain just sitting there and listening to this nonsense. She talks about celebrating her love. Well, you know what? Not all love is from God. Homosexuality is called an abomination by God. It's called a sin all throughout the Old and New Testament. This whole defense that, oh, we love each other. Well, you know what? Lots of people have impure thoughts. Doesn't mean you act on them. And all love isn't from God. All love isn't right. All love isn't natural. There's people out there that claim to love little children. Now, do we deny them their right to love little children? And of course, people say, well, that's not a good analogy because these are two consenting adults. No, it's a perfect analogy because it proves all love isn't natural, isn't healthy, and certainly isn't from God. She says married like everyone should. It's only fair and natural. First of all, sex between two men is anything but natural. It's unnatural. sex between two women is unnatural. And who said anything about fair? What's fair? Again, somebody who's in love with a horse could make the argument that it's not fair that I can't marry my horse. Now, again, people say, well, that's not a good analogy. That's a man and a beast. Well, what's the difference if we're talking about fair? What's fair to someone else maybe not fair to you. You see what I'm saying? When you start trying to redefine God's holy institution of marriage, it opens the door to anything. And this whole argument is so specious. This human rights argument, well, blacks couldn't vote, women couldn't vote. Listen, this isn't a human rights argument. Okay, people are born black and white. They have no choice over that. People are born with blue eyes and green eyes. They have no choice over that. People are born male and female. They have no choice over that. Taking your pants off to have sex is a choice. It is not a human rights argument or issue. Next topic I want to talk to you tonight about is this new CBS program that starts this week. It's called Swingtown. And no, I wish it was about a big band. It's about swinging. That's right. In prime time, CBS is bringing to your television set for your children and the world to see a program that glorifies the swinging lifestyle. Isn't that wonderful? We've now opened the doors to just rampant gross sexuality and sexual immorality. We've got the ABC show, Desperate Housewives, that kind of started that door opening, and now CBS brings you Swingtown. That's right, a program in prime time that glorifies couple swapping. That's where we're at as a culture, my friend. And let me tell you something as a quick caveat. It's the fault of the church. We extracted ourselves from the marketplace. We went to hide behind the four walls of our churches. We went to hide in that Christian trough, that little subculture we set up with all of our own TV stations and our radio stations and our publishing empires, because it's safe, comfortable, and profitable, and we've left the marketplace to the wolves of Satan, to the Oprahs of the world, to the networks to put garbage like Swingtown on, barbarism like Ultimate Fighting. This is where we've come, and the church is to blame. Lastly, I want to talk to you for a few minutes tonight about the whole issue of human cloning. If you've been paying attention to the news, in South Korea, they are claiming that they've been able to clone a dog now. And don't forget, all a clone is a duplication. So basically, you're taking one dog and you're duplicating that dog. Let me tell you what is so scary about human cloning. And let me also tell you why cloning may be possible, duplicating, but no man can do what only God can do. That's create life. At best, man may be able to duplicate life, but man will never be able to create life, because that spark of life only comes from God himself. You know, the Bible teaches us that God created us in his image. That means we have an eternal soul. One of the scary things about human cloning is, even if they do get to a place where they're successful in duplicating men, the scary part is that duplicated man, which isn't a new life, it's only a clone of an existing life, that new man, that cloned man, is going to be soulless. Now that's scary. This is dangerous. There are some things that men should not be involved in. And this is one area of science that men have really are walking on a fine edge. But make no mistake, no matter what you hear, the one thing man will never be able to do is create life. Only God can do that.